Hello and welcome to today's webinar. Of course, I want to remind everyone of Reliv's mission, which is to nourish the world in mind, body and spirit. And our 3-year vision for Asia Pacific is to achieve sales per month of $1 million US. Our top priorities for 2014 remain increasing our key performance indicators, developing brand awareness, enhancing our social media strategy, and increasing our online capabilities, as well as focusing our business builders on becoming directors and above, because this is where you're really starting to build a business. This week, we're going to be talking about building a balanced business, part 2. We did part 1 a couple of weeks ago prior to Easter, and now it is talking about a balanced business, part 2. Our objectives, of course, remain the same. It's to use the Reliv system to build a balanced organization, the reasons to build wide and deep, and of course the pros and cons of building wide and deep. And in the part 1, we talked about the stages in building and the 3 stages of initial stage, growth stage, and the critical mass stage. And if you haven't listened to part 1, please go online and listen to part 1 of this webinar, because that is critical information for you on understanding how to build your business in a balanced way. And we talked about the qualities to look for in new distributors, and you can see all those on the list, but the ones that stand out to me are positive attitude, teachable, enthusiastic, and of course, really important, persistent. You really need people who are going to stay the course. So for part 2, let's talk about building width. You need to expand your retail business into a distribution business. Everybody starts with a retail business as you sell your products to your family, your friends, your neighbors, and you talk about the products. You get such great results from the products, and you build this retail business, but you must expand that into a distribution business, and you do that by introducing people into your business from a business perspective. And it's important that when building width, you don't depend on one person for your Reliv income. You need to have a minimum of 3 hot people on your front line to build a good, strong business. You need to have that sense of urgency that it's got to happen now, because if you don't have it, no one else will. And in your organization, you need that sense of urgency. And you need that to get to the next level and to get the people who you have sponsored to come along with you. And remember, this whole business is a process, and it starts with inviting and contacting prospects. You're creating curiosity with them to take a look at the business. You then expose them to the business through the business plan. You expose them to the products. You get people trying the products, and then you involve them in the business by signing them up as a distributor, and they're buying the products, of course. And then, as we talked about all of this through the Take the Lead trainings throughout Asia Pacific. You get people started in those first 72 hours, those first 3 days from when they sign up are absolutely critical to get first appointments for them, so they can see that the business works. They see it firsthand, and of course you need to do it for them. And of course, once that's happened, then it's back to inviting and exposing and involving and getting started. And it is a process that never stops. If you want to be successful in this business, you need to be persistent and never stop that process of inviting, exposing, involving, and getting started. So let's look, building with advantages. It builds your wholesale profit for obvious reasons, because you're out there selling products to people, customers, your preferred customers, distributors who aren't building a business, and of course retail customers. It builds your override bonuses, and of course it qualifies you for the Star Director bonuses, because as you become a Star Director by bringing on board more and more people on your front line. And remember, we have 3, 6, and 10 Star Director, and that is where you really start to build extra percentages in your income. And so that is not to be sneezed at, and I think many people do not understand the benefits of the Star Director bonuses. And that's not for this webinar tonight, but if you don't fully understand it, talk to your upline, and it's something we can do in another webinar. But of course, building with also qualifies you for other incentives and bonuses. And if you look at all throughout Asia Pacific, the Facebook bonuses, the leadership camps, everything that we're doing revolves around sponsoring new people into the business to build your business and move the product throughout your organization. So building with is absolutely integral to that. You don't have to rely on a few distributors when you're building wide, which I've said previously. So important to have a minimum of at least 3 hot people. It gets you a consistently growing income. And of course, by you going out there and personally sponsoring, you're leading by example, and that creates duplication. So let's talk about developing depth. You work with your downline to build their organizational width because you've done it, you know what to do, you're leading by example, you can show them. You make a commitment organizationally and financially to get into your organization and help it and dig deep and reach down for the goal for those people who are in your organization. Motivate your pay line to do everything that needs to be done for them to become financially independent, because that will also help you. The beauty of our business, we help others, it helps us. And let compression work for you. For the people who don't want to build a business, let them go. Compression can work for you when you've got hot people further down in your organization. The advantages, of course, it develops a stable residual income, which is why people get into this business in the first place. To build a residual income long-term, month after month after month, year after year after year. Help your front lines develop a consistently growing income so they can develop their long-term residual income and they can create financial independence. Remotivate those distributors in between, the in-betweeners, to take action, because it's that fear of loss of losing all their downline. If they don't build a business, that is enough sometimes to get people activated. And then if it's not, compression works. Now remember, build strong legs. So when we talk about balance, take a look at where you are now. Become a mature distributor, and we talked about this as well with the Take the Lead trainings. Have a mature distributor's mindset. Do not let the day-to-day things get you down when things don't go your way. Have a positive attitude all the time, driving forward, leading by example. Take the lead. Become a model for your organization. Work with your downline. Work with the ones who are willing. Build local systems. Use our Reliv success system and build your system locally. Invest in your organization, and because your upline's working with you and duplicating and helping you to build your organization, be worthy of them by you doing the same thing and building with your organization and leading by example. Remember, take the lead. Develop a strategy because it is a team effort. And remember, network marketing is an action business. The difference is how much each activity you do every day. Look at these 4 simple activities: talking to new people, following up, using the system, and helping others. How much do you do now? Do you do enough to make your business grow to where you want it to be? Remember, you can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both. And people get into network marketing because of these 2 reasons. They're sick and tired of what they're doing, or they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you know people like that out there. You may not have identified them yet, but you know there's people who want to break free, and go and find the ones you haven't identified yet. Keep talking to people and find the people. People want to break free. People want something better in their lives, and we've got it to give them. Look at your goals, and we talked about this and Take the Lead. Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself? Can you see yourself earning the kind of money in Reliv like you're earning now? What do you want to achieve? Be clear. Be specific. Build a balanced business. Follow what we've said. Watch part 1, watch part 2 of this webinar. Do what needs to be done. Do the activities. Start with working towards and committing and getting your organization committed to building towards the Reliv Leadership Camp. This is the most achievable leadership camp I have ever been involved with in my career. You need to be there. And if you're truly, truly, truly committed to your business, you'll be there. Start on it now. Start achieving what you need to achieve. And remember, there are no obstacles, because obstacles are things a person sees when he takes his eyes off his goal. So you keep focused on your goal. You make sure you have your goal. You make sure your goal is clear to you. You write that down. You look at it every day. You read it twice a day, just like we talked about with the Take the Lead training. And you keep your eyes on that goal, because then there will be no obstacles. And you'll jump right over the top of them. And remember, every week the webinar's advised via email and Facebook on every Monday. So get out there, sponsor, promote, advance, and ignite your business. And I really look forward to seeing you at Leadership Camp. Thanks, everyone.